Sunlight filters through the soot-streaked skylight as Maya lifts the charred shoebox from the attic rafters, coughing softly on the lingering smoke. Around her, the family's life lies in ashy drifts. Singed prom photos, warped vinyl records, a melted snowman cookie jar. She isn't looking for secrets, only salvage, something to prove the fire didn't erase every memory. The shoebox feels oddly heavy. Duct tape once silver now bubbles and browns like old gravy. Inside, beneath a lace baby bonnet she recognizes from the hospital album, rests a phone she has never seen, rose gold, unscratched, still holding a 73% charge. Maya's thumb hesitates. Her mother still jokes about failing to set the microwave clock, yet here is a sleek device hidden above the beams, its lock screen showing a single voicemail file dated the day Maya was born, titled in all capitals, Play AT-18. The attic creaks, as if the house itself inhales. She lowers the phone, decides to ask questions later, and slides it into her hoodie pocket, unaware that the tiny LED has begun to blink, counting down the hours until legal adulthood. Downstairs, her mom hums while scrubbing soot from the hallway baseboards, the same lullaby she's sung since kindergarten, steady, safe, ordinary. Maya passes her father in the kitchen. He offers a soot-smudged smile, pushes a plate of crackers and peanut butter toward her, the after-school snack unchanged for a decade. She chews, wondering why her parents never mention grandparents, cousins, family trees, why every reunion photo stops at three faces. On the counter, the mail waits. Electric bill, coupon circular, a thick ivory envelope addressed to her, postmarked decades ago, forward-slanted handwriting trembling like a man clutching a pen in the dark. The attic phone vibrates once against her hip, unheard beneath the radio's noon news. Ash motes drift like gray confetti across the gutted attic, each fleck a flake of 30 years, worth of Christmas boxes and moth-soft sweaters. Maya crouches, lungs stinging, when her knuckles brush something hard inside the warped cedar chest. A palm-sized phone, screen spiderwebbed yet alive, battery somehow clinging to 2%. She almost laughs. Mom still claims she can't save a contact, then notices the single voicemail, time-stamped the winter morning Maya drew her first breath, title glowing like a coal, Play at 18. Her fingertips tingle, the attic tilts. She lowers herself onto a scorched trunk, knees drawn tight, and presses the cracked glass to her ear. A man's voice, young and rasping with unshed tears, fills the blackened rafters. He whispers her newborn name, thanks her for surviving the delivery that almost killed the woman he loves, begs the finder to tell his daughter he never stopped looking, that he would trade every heirloom in his blood-soaked dynasty for 1 hour in her sunlit nursery. He ends with a broken lullaby she can almost feel brushing her infant cheek. The phone drops, clatters, keeps playing on speaker, that final note looping like a heartbeat. Maya's chest convulses, inhale won't come. She sees her mother's silhouette on the ladder below, face smudged by smoke and confession, eyes wide as a cornered doe. The woman's mouth moves, but only creaking boards answer. Heat floods Maya's scalp, then drains to ice, the pendulum swing of shock. Tears sear paths through soot on her cheeks. She tastes salt mixed with house ash. She tries to stand, to escape the lullaby still leaking upward, but her calves cramp, anchoring her to the ruin that was once a promise of safety. From the hallway, heavy footsteps. Dad halt at the attic door. His toolbox slips, metal clanging like a judge's gavel. He has always known, she realizes. The sealed envelopes in the hall drawer, the ivory paper trembling under a stranger's pen, were never meant for tomorrow. The voicemail ends, yet its echo keeps pulsing inside her ribs. Outside, the town clock strikes 12, counting her final year of childhood. Maya stares at the dying phone, at the mother who became a fugitive, at the father who chose silence, and feels the floorboards of her identity crack like cooling ember. Somewhere beyond the smoky dusk, engines growl, whether belonging to a rescue or a reckoning, she cannot tell. Maya spends the night in the hallway, back against the scorched linen chest, knees drawn so tightly the denim seams leave wheels. The attic hatch gapes above like a mouth that has finished its confession, and now waits for teeth to follow. She listens to the house settle into its new, tenuous shape, joists clicking like worried teeth, refrigerator humming a lullaby it no longer believes in. Every sound is a referendum on loyalty. Downstairs, her mother folds and refolds the same sooty blanket, inventing chores to atone for 18 years of forged signatures and bedtime stories. Each bend of her spine says, "Forgive me." Each clench of fabric says, "I would do it again." Across the living room, the man Maya still calls Dad keeps vigil at the window, watching the dark road as though letters might sprout wings and flutter home. His silhouette is thinner than yesterday. Guilt diets invisibly. The voicemail phone rests on the kitchen table, charging now, its cracked screen glowing like a coal no one dares to touch. Inside that plastic coffin lies a voice that donated half her cells, half her laugh, half the night terrors she cannot place. She wonders whether biology hums louder than lullabies, whether blood remembers blood the way tongues remember heat. She thinks of birthdays already lived, chocolate smeared on cheeks she thought were photocopies of the man who taught her to ride a bike, report cards signed by hands that steadied her first wobbling wheels, a lullaby hummed off-key by a throat that once swallowed the truth like a bitter pill. Every memory is now a double exposure, two images ghosting the same frame, asking which outline she will keep in focus. Outside, dawn leaks over the ridgeline, staining the sky the color of a healing bruise. A car engine idles somewhere beyond the hedgerow, too early for mail, too late for milk. Maybe it is the stranger who claims her mouth's curve, maybe reporters sniffing scandal, maybe only a neighbor starting commute. Still, the sound lifts every head in the house like prey sensing shadow. Maya stands, palms damp on the banister, heart drumming Morse code to an unknown address. 18 is no longer a calendar event. It is a threshold breathing in the driveway. She descends one stair, stops, inhales smoke that isn't there, exhales a childhood she may have to bury twice. The phone on the table pings, battery full, ready to speak again. She has not yet decided whether to listen, but the doorknob is already turning. Morning light slants through the cracked transom, striping the kitchen in caution tape. Maya stands at the threshold, the secret phone cradled like a fledgling bird against her sternum. The battery icon pulses green, a heartbeat daring her to unlock the next layer. She swallows, tastes plaster dust and old smoke, then thumbs the screen. A second voicemail appears, date stamped the night of her first tooth, 60 seconds long. She presses speaker and the same low male voice, rough, Riverrock, says her name as if weighing it on a butcher's scale. He promises nursery rhymes in a language she almost recognizes, then hangs up mid-breath. The room tilts. She grips the counter, nails whitening, while the refrigerator hums a lullaby she was never sung. Upstairs, drawers scrape, her mother rifling through fire-salvaged documents, searching for the map that will undo her. Maya climbs, each step creaking like a warning bell. On the landing she finds the attic ladder already lowered, a dim bulb swinging above a half-open strongbox. Inside lie folded affidavits, a hospital bracelet stained russet, and a Polaroid labeled M, Day 1 swap confirmed. The infant in the photo has inked footprints too large to be the ones pressed into her own baby book. She flips the image. A smear of ash obscures the witness signature, but the crime family seal is unmistakable, lion devouring swan. Her pulse becomes a drumline against the phone, still warm in her palm. Downstairs, the back door clicks. Her father, false yet faithful, home from the hardware store with new padlocks meant to keep history outside. He sees the ladder, the box, the photograph trembling in her fingers. His shoulders sag, carrying 20 years of return-to-sender letters now stacked like kindling in his truck. He does not speak. Instead, he lifts a single envelope, edges blistered from the fire, addressed to my Maya, age 10, please read. The handwriting matches the voicemail cadence, each letter leaning forward as if running toward her. Maya accepts it, feels the weight of unopened birthdays settle on her collarbones. She steps onto the back porch, wind flipping the envelope flap like a trapped moth. Clouds bruise the horizon, violet and urgent. Phone in one hand, letter in the other, she balances between the life that lied to keep her breathing and the blood that begs to speak. The screen lights again, unknown caller, area code she has only seen on crime show maps. Her thumb hovers, trembling, as thunder counts down the seconds to 18. The attic air is still thick with smoke ghosts, but the storm outside shoves its way through the broken skylight, rattling the loose nails like impatient knuckles. Maya stands in the only clear square of floorboard, the secret phone now hot against her palm, voicemail repeating on a cruel loop. Each playback drives the stranger's voice deeper into her sternum, the cadence of her own laugh hidden inside his, the biological echo she can no longer pretend is coincidence. She feels the timeline of her life crack, hairline fracture racing along the porcelain of every memory. Below, the hallway creaks, her mother's habitual barefoot shuffle, hesitant, penitent. Maya's shoulders brace automatically, teenage armor soldered by 17 years of eye rolls and curfews. Footsteps pause outside the attic door. Breath is held on both sides of the plywood. No one turns the handle. The rejection stings harder than confrontation would. Denial feels like being disowned twice. Thunder booms overhead, a cosmic jury announcing deliberation is over. Maya's thumb finally hits the trashcan icon, trying to delete the proof, but the file is read-only, indestructible, the way truth behaves once it learns your name. She flings the phone into a box of charred Christmas ornaments. Glass balls shatter, silver dust clouding up like failed starlight. Shards catch the lightning and throw it back at her, little knives of revelation. She discovers she is shaking, not with rage but with the effort of holding the globe of her old world together while it unspins in her hands. Downstairs, the kitchen faucet spills a steady stream, mother's sonic camouflage, water masking sobs the way it disguises dirty dishes. Maya descends, each step a gavel. Halfway down, she sees her father, correction. The man listed on every birth certificate, permission slip, father-daughter dance photo. Frozen in the doorway with envelopes fanned against his chest like a losing poker hand. His eyes meet hers, and the letters sag, white flags of a surrender he never meant to declare. The faucet keeps talking, but no one's washing anything anymore. Mother appears, dish towel pressed to her mouth as if to keep the last secret from crawling out. Words spill, trembling, serrated. About a midnight hospital corridor, 2 newborns, a ring she threw into medical waste, guards paid with her engagement diamond. She says protection. So many times it stops sounding noble and starts sounding like a brand name for chains. Maya's vision tunnels until she sees only the woman's quivering bottom lip, the same lip she herself inherited, and the recognition feels like betrayal retroactively woven into her cells. Rain punches the windows. The voicemail voice, the letters, the diamonds, the blood, everything converges into one demand: choose. 18 ticks closer, carried on the wall clock's second hand, each click a heartbeat she might have had under another roof, another name. She opens her mouth but no sound escapes. The storm answers for her, hurling a branch against the glass. A spiderweb fracture blooms, lightning-shaped, final, yet the pain holds for now, refusing to let the night inside. The attic still smells of smoke and wet beams, yet the tiny silver phone rests in Maya's palm like something unburnable. Outside, sirens dwindle. Inside, her pulse grows louder than the departing trucks. She presses play once more, though every syllable is already carved into her. The stranger's breathing, the hospital monitors chiming behind him, the trembling confession that she began life as someone else's child. The message ends, but the silence afterward stretches, elastic and cruel, tying her to decisions she never asked to inherit. Downstairs, the kitchen clock chimes midnight rehearsal, still 3 hours before legal dawn. She imagines the courthouse doors yawning tomorrow, the ink pad ready to stamp her name change back or forward. Her mother's shadow lingers in the hallway, stitched there by guilt and love in equal measure, afraid to step into the light. On the coffee table, the rubber-banded stack of intercepted letters waits like contraband hearts, each envelope warm with a return address she has never seen yet somehow memorized. Maya's fingertips brush the cracked window pane. The lightning-shaped fracture mirrors the one inside her chest. One meeting could open a bloodline she was hidden from. The other choice keeps the only family she has ever known, but leaves the unanswered call echoing forever. She feels time narrowing, a corridor shrinking to a single metal door. Outside, the storm exhales its last drop of rain. Inside, breaths are held across 2 floors, as if the entire house is listening through its scorched beams. She turns the phone over, watching the reflection of her 18-year-old eyes glinting back, still searching, still unprepared. Somewhere an engine starts, maybe real, maybe imagined. Maya closes her fist around the device, feels the voicemail's ghost vibrate, and wonders which story will begin if she finally speaks her own truth aloud. Which father will she break by saying hello, and which mother can survive her goodbye?